The second line starts here. Lay it down from the top, then switch to the right view.
Hey there folks, let's hit the pause button for a moment. You're about to hear my original voice for a bit. Now don't get me wrong, the AI voiceover is fantastic and super balanced, but let's be real, using that algorithm for 30 hours would cost me an arm and a leg. So I decided to record my own voice for the upcoming videos instead. I hope you enjoy it. Now let's dive in. Alright, just wanted to emphasize the importance of being precise when arranging those points. Getting it right now will set us up for a great outcome later on. Okay, create a spline from this point here, stretching it all the way to the right. Make sure to position the last point where the other two final points are located. Yeah, right about there. Now, from the top view, let's shift all the control points to their designated spots. Just like that. Make sure to follow along the bold line. Don't get discouraged if the bold lines don't always match up. As I mentioned before, the blueprints don't always align perfectly. However, you might not be using the image currently displayed on the screen. And remember, you should be using the images I provided in the course, right? Okay, we need to cut off this curve. Run the command cut curve or use the trim tool. I still need to establish some guidelines to truly shape it. Alright guys, I'm going to lay down the first one in the back. Follow along with this process carefully. Grab the spline tool and place the first point right here. Then move your mouse along the binormal X direction. Now, left click on the second point. Before you confirm, press Tab key once. This will switch your current tool to the control point curve tool. Finally, right click to confirm. Grab the spline curve back and click on this point, as shown in the video. By doing so, you won't be able to find the tangency snap, as other curves are on the way and Plasticity doesn't know which one to pick, so hide all the unneeded curves and leave the ones you need visible. So let's hide the curve in the middle. So look at it now carefully. As you move your mouse, the tangency snap appears. Left click in the middle, then finally click on the last point, and before you confirm, press Tab once. You know, this will turn the spline curve into a control point curve. If you were to lay down a simple spline, you might be going a little crazy. The loft tool just wouldn't cooperate, and you would end up with a clunky rounded panel. Definitely not what we need for our purposes. Okay, now let's lay down a new spline right here, and it's really important to follow along the same steps. Snap your point where it says closest, then press Tab once right away and right click to confirm. This will detach the line, so you will have to grab the spline tool back and repeat the steps. I would actually make another one here. Alright, let's go ahead. The next step is to extrude this curve, just a tad. This will ensure tangency when we mirror it across the x-axis, so just select the curve and press E. Now select the edge, then the curves and press L to loft. Next, hold down the shift key and pick up the guides, and voila. That's a lovely shape, guys. We made the windshield and the top of the car all at once. Delete the little piece of surface on the left side, then mirror it across the x-axis. Okay, we're making progress, I'd say, guys. Okay, let's move on, and I want to kind of trim the windshield and lay down a simple spline and then imprint it. Don't forget this, just create half of it, and before mirroring it, make sure that you scale the first 2 points down to 0, either from the front and from the top view. This will ensure tangency across the 2 panels. Follow along and pay attention to what I'm doing. Adjust them if necessary. Let's move on, folks. Create a curve like this. It will only serve to cut off this unwanted part. Now execute the imprint command. Now you can delete this little corner here. This one right here.